Hello, hello. This is Gavin with Hero Looking for Group, and I'll start by talking about divide and conquer algorithm. So I was in a conversation, and the idea of an elimination diet um, came up, and the goal of an elimination diet will be to discover an allergy. And my comment was to use divide and conquer. So you can take everything in your diet, you can cut it in half, and you try to cut out half of the ingredients that are in your diet and run that experiment to see if your allergy persists. If it doesn't persist, then you can look at the half of the ingredients where the um, that we're taking off your diet, and you can add those back. So a quarter of all the ingredients you can within the half that you had removed from your diet can be added back. And so this process, this recursive process of dividing the problem in half, allows you to isolate the specific ingredient that you have an allergy to. Um, and so I learned about this in while getting my degree with the divide and conquer algorithm. But I do think that this algorithm, I think you can arrive at it on your own as well. So that's just my intro. I I think of myself as an expert, like troubleshooter. Like I can troubleshoot problems. Um, in my field of software engineering, I'm very good at it. And divide and conquer algorithm is something that I think everyone could benefit from applying in their life. So another topic of conversation, which came up, was related to Hanlon's razor. So never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by stupidity. And I like this because attributing to malice basically means that you are judging a person's character. You're trying to judge their intent. And so if you can avoid doing that, there are situations where you can't. But if you can avoid it, then do avoid it. And one of the things that you can do is attribute it to stupidity or ignorance. I use the word ignorance. And yeah, so there's other situations where you can avoid attributing things to malice. So like if I'm interacting with people on the internet, that's a different situation than if I'm interviewing you to be my quote unquote babysitter or part-time guardian of my children. So I'm concerned about intent whenever I am interviewing for people to watch my children. I'm not as concerned about intent in a lot of other situations. So that's Hanlon's razor. On a related note, the principle of charity, charitable interpretation. I think this is related to still manning. So interpreting a speaker's statements in the most rational way possible in the case of any argument, considering its best, strongest possible interpretation. So avoid attributing to irrationality, logical fallacies, or falsehoods. So this, to me, speaks toward persuasion. So, and it actually speaks toward recognizing that people people have a dopamine response in conversations, and if you are not practicing this, then people will become angry, frustrated, irrational. I know this because I've had it happen to me, and the experience is less pleasurable, and there will be less desire to participate in those conversations. So if you want to have more conversations with people, then this is a good principle. So just depends on your goals. I also learned about nonviolent communication. I should say my coworker is very intelligent. He mentioned these ideas to me, or at least he put a label on these ideas. So nonviolent communication. I've looked into this, there are techniques with nonviolent communication where you can state your feelings, and you can state the actions that happened. And so by trying to just state these, communicate in a way that is non-judging, you can actually facilitate better conversations. I would say I would tie it back to that dopamine response, that pleasure desire response, related to the goal of having conversations and the goal of influencing people in your conversations. So, yeah, these are the things that are on my mind. And last but not least is Eliot Temple is a philosopher, and he has written about a few things that I've read that I enjoy, and this is a good one. Communication is hard, and it speaks toward the fact, one of the things it speaks toward is the fact that we are trying to understand what's going on in each other's minds, and it's very difficult. So I recommend this. And a few other ones, if you were to be interested in these, is I like the um, path path forward policy, and one that applies to me is the overreaching essay. So something I try to do is something that I'm vulnerable to is overreaching. So overreaching is basically trying to accomplish a goal that um, you aren't prepared to accomplish. So your chances of actually accomplishing that goal is essentially based in luck and not skill and preparation. And that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this sharing of information related to problem solving and communication. These are the things I'm kind of working on and that are in my mind. I appreciate your time, your attention, and I hope you have a good day. Thanks.